Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Monday Motivation Writing Sprints. Woohoo! I love how Bobby's going with the cat already, and they're not even on the screen yet. Woo! But yeah, I am so excited because this is the first live stream since my book's release. Woohoo!
Hold on. I'm trying not to topple the entire stack of Inimitable titles. I put them in order of them coming out, which is really close to the bottom.
But yes, people have been sharing pictures with my book, A Diamond Bright and Broken, in their hands, saying that they're starting reading it. My sister was screenshotting some more reviews that had come in. Some good rave reviews, so I was like super excited. Got my first book in the wild tag by two people over the weekend, so that was so amazing.
Kay's. Did I miss
Kay and Jesse?
Oh yeah, okay, yes. I think I did see that. I've been so Nose and Jesse sequel that I've been seeing messages come in and then I just forget who.
No, you're totally fine. I was literally at my other friends' release parties over the weekend, and then I was I gasped. I was like,
yeah.
But I believe Kauffman will be coming soon. I know he's streaming before this, so he should be popping in. But yeah, for those of you who don't know me, I'm HollyDavis. Now I don't have a date by this book because it is out now. But I will be doing.
It is also on back order in a lot of places. So if you can find it and buy it and get it, as fast as shipping allows, that's great. Mm-hmm. But also a way to really help the book continue to be a success would be to say back order on websites. Mm-hmm. So it's a second print run.
Yes, very excited about the second print run. Also excited that this weekend is my in-person release party, or book signing event rather, where people can get freebies and I can sign their book, take pictures, answer your questions. So I'm super excited about that.
If you have copies of the book, you should definitely bring it to to the event so that you can get it signed. The bookstore, unfortunately, was waiting to order the copies, and then it turns out, whoops, we ran out of copies to send to the bookstore. So we're working with them to figure out what to do about people who don't have copies or buy out the copies. So you will be getting a book, and it will be signed by Holly. Some of them might not be signed by Holly in person.
Yes.
Well, Holly will be in person signing them, but you might not witness her do it in the
so. Hello, Janine. Susan's working on a YA novel about a Hollywood child doing her first movie when she discovers her mother is a real-life spy.
I would read the heck out of that. That sounds so cool. I'm a sucker for spy novels as well.
Oh, and thank you. Congrats. Thanks. Yeah, I just read my brother recommended it to me. He listened to it on the flight to Africa. So it was, and I was going to listen to it on the way back, but then I didn't get it downloaded in time and the Wi-Fi was all wonky and stuff. But so I literally listened to it on my drive. And so I essentially listened to it in a day, but it's Finlay Donovan's Killing It. Or Finlay Donovan is Killing It. And it was so good. But yeah, if you're looking, and it's about a writer and she's talking to her agent in a Panera Bread about her next novel and she's on deadline and she's like, well, you just got to bury this. And, we already gave you the money and all this stuff, which was the advance, but someone overhears it and thinks that she's a hit woman and hires her to kill her husband. So it's so good. If you guys are interested in any recommendations. Lynn asked, is it on KU? Which I don't think so.
No. Okay. So the way, interestingly enough, the that things work with KU for traditionally published books is that we actually have to submit them to Amazon's team, and they have to be approved. And they have to be popular enough in the ebook world, at least within their ecosystem, to justify it. So, if you want the ebook and a bunch of people who buy ebooks, you can try and get them to do that. So then when we submit, it's more worth it. However, I know a lot of people are moving away from that company when it comes to buying books because of reasons. And that is totally valid for those people. So if you're one of those people who does read wide, we are on a lot of other places. We're also, I believe you can request the title at libraries through the ebook app that a lot of libraries use. Libby. There we go. That's what it's called.
Yes, the Libby app.
I think Overdrive as well. And then, like I mentioned earlier, the second print run, if you can afford a hardcover, like hardcovers, it is really worth getting the hardcover because there is a bonus scene. The maps are gorgeous and are on the end pages, and the under the dust jacket's really pretty. So we're talking foil embossed things. So it's not in KU right now. It can maybe be in the future, but we kind of need a little bit more momentum behind the ebook for it to be a viable option.
That makes sense. I was like, I don't know how that works.
Yeah. So for self-published authors, you can just opt in with a check mark, and then it's set for 90 days. But with the traditional published titles, they're more selective, which is interesting. Maybe because they're making less money up front or something. So I don't know why that's the system. That was a guess, but yes.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Thank you. Janine's going to do a massive unboxing. I'm super excited to know what that is. Did you order a whole bunch of books? That'd be fun. Let us know what you're going to be working on tonight. I didn't give my formal introduction. But we're going to be doing 3 30-minute sprints and chatting in between. We'll go for about 2 to 2.5 hours, depending on how long we chat. But Lynn is writing. I'm writing my 5th ghost book. Well, that sounds cool.
Cool.
And Alice here. Hello. Dreamy Chocolate One. Hello. I love your name. Can't wait to write. Awesome. Crazy Cat Lady. Oh yes, Zuko is behind me. As he usually is, which I love. Okay, a bunch of books. Okay, awesome. Dreamy Chocolate is editing a romance thriller. Oh, cool. And Janine's going to be working on her YA science fantasy novel with some new chapters and do some more beta reading. Yay! Yeah, over the weekend, I made a really good amount of progress on my critique partner's manuscript that I'm beta reading that kind of fell to the wayside last week with the release. But I am now halfway through it. So I'm hoping to make more progress and if at least get 75% of the way through, because there are other books that I need to beta read /blurb. So what about you, Zara?
I am reading the sequel to The Devil's Waltz, and now that the cover's been revealed, I can show that off.
Yes.
So what I tend to do is I'll take a manuscript, pop it into Vellum, so I can read through it first and make, as if I'm a reader and just doing beta reading comments or even a book review at the end, because that then becomes the edit letter for authors who request that. And then I go back in and do line edits, or not line edits. We're in developmental round 2. We wrote the book.
Nice. And Kauffman, I was like, Kauffman's coming. I know you were streaming before this, but perfect timing for you to introduce yourself because we kind of did some things out of order. So,
are we just doing introductions? I'm like,
we said all this other stuff, and that we were talking and saying all these other things, and then
the really short version is I'm Holly's book publisher, and
wait, you're Holly's book publisher? Wait, did Holly publish a book recently?
I don't know. I think it's called this. I'm not sure.
It's called Diamond, Bright, and Broken. Available everywhere on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and all these other sources.
Woo! It's been a great week. So
yeah, I'll do the quick intro. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Kauffman. I was about to give my opening welcome for my live stream. I'm so used to being on my live streams this past week. But I'm Kauffman. I'm over with the Write Now community. I'm a daily writing live streamer. I want to say today is day 315 days of consecutive writing live streams and counting, as we try to help writers with the process, lifestyle, and mindset that it takes to be a writer, to be an author, and all that jazz. So we always got a lot going on. Dark fantasy writer, working on Scarecrow. We're currently having a holiday writing event for NaNoWriMo, where we're writing a story together as a community. Everyone they voted on a title this past weekend. The title for the manuscript we're working on is called, I keep forgetting the name. It's called The God's Favorite Cat Toy, or Hermes the Cattail. So and it's such a fun story. Essentially, all you have to do is you show up to one of the streams on Saturday. It's every Saturday in November, as we are writing the story together as a community. And it's basically the story of Hermes the cat is on his last life and wants to be left alone. But unfortunately, the ghosts of his past have come back to haunt him, from the likes of the evil tuxedo cat to our hermit, the ginger cat. We got a pirate cat, an Egyptian cat, and all these other cats who are hellbent on revenge. So whether people just want to show up and just throw out ideas on the live stream, or they want to write parts of the story themselves, this is a choose your own adventure story that is pretty incredible. We are about, I think, a little over 10,000 words into it so far, and we're going strong.
Wow.
Yeah,
it sounds so fun. I saw your email and I've been seeing the live streams, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this just I want to read this. It sounds so good.
This is the so this is the thing for our cat lovers out there. And I think what we've learned is people really love Hermes the cat, and people really love cats. So it's been a very fun story.
So fun. Now, what color is Hermes?
Hermes is, let's see, we have 2 character concept art. I'll show on my end real fast. Here's the concept art that we have for it, if you want to throw mine up. Perfect. So Hermes is our black cat. This was our original concept art for it. And then here it says evil nemesis.
That's tuxedo. I love it. Because I was like, the black's going to compete with Zuko, so you can call it either Zuko or, which I turned around. I was like, oh, he's not here anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely, but it's definitely been fun. I'm glad to be here. I see a lot of some of the other writers from my community. Glad to see a bunch of you guys here. Because I was like, Mondays is my update stream, so I've been moving away on Mondays from actually doing writing sprints, because there's so much that we have to share. I'm always doing something on my on our community, and I realize I just have to do Mondays for updates. So I'm very happy to be able to come here and come join both of you guys.
Yay. Yeah, I'm happy to have you here as always. Our monthly woo, cough the writinator. I just saw that. I just love that.
I decided to just let the community give nicknames for me. So whenever anybody comes up with a cool nickname, I just re-update it, and that's what I go with. It doesn't really matter much to me. But how Holly, Zara, how are you guys doing though? How's life?
Yes, it's been great. I just saw this, pulled this up because Kauffman
what's your Twitch?
What's your Twitch?
Good question.
It's been I can post it in here too if it's not.
All right. I was like, what's my
Oh,
Twitch?
did you send Zara? Did you send Janine the link?
No, I
Oh,
sent her a message. I didn't send a link. No, I don't send out people's StreamYard links without. Oh, that link. The Twitch is aren't you J.A. Kauffman?
Let's see. Yeah, my Twitch handle is Kauffman_JK.
I knew there was a J in there.
I'm close. I know. I'm on 7 social media platforms, so I forget which one's which. The only one I haven't really started yet on is TikTok. TikTok's the one that I have yet to do, but I do have a strategy eventually.
Nice.
When Kaufman gets more time.
Nice.
But yeah, so there's that. Is this just NaNoWriMo.org or just writing for Nova? Oh yeah, Janine asked a really good question. We're just doing it as a community. So this is just a community project. It's not involved with the organization NaNoWriMo, but we're just doing it to submit it as a story to hit the 50,000 word goal. Essentially the goal of it is to give more writers opportunities to be involved in writing a story together. So that's at the heart.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but Holly, Zara, how have you guys been? How's life?
Yeah.
How was the book launch?
Oh, it was great. Like I felt like so much love and support from everyone, and seeing like people sending me screenshots that when their book was en route, and then when they got the book, and like just messages from everywhere, and people saying they're so excited to read it, reviews coming in. Like I've just been blown away. Coming off of like, the second print run, my in-person release parties this weekend, just like all of the good things. So yeah, and I actually officially made an author bucket list this weekend because I kept saying like, this wasn't on my, because I just didn't have one written down. But then this weekend when someone posted like my book in the wild, like they found it at Indigo Bookstore, I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, wait, so then I just wrote a list of everything. Someone finds my book in the wild. I find my book in the wild.
Dang, that's so cool. And when you say book in the wild, that's just somebody going into a bookstore and your book's on the shelf, right?
Yes,
it was spaced out. I don't know if you saw that in at least Kay's photo.
I did. It was spaced
out. I saw one of the photos on Instagram that somebody just found out. Like that was so cool.
Yeah, I was like, like you found my book before I did.
If you have the photo that Jesse sent, I'd love to see it because I'm pretty sure it's gone.
Yes, I see.
Which bookstore was that? Was it a Barnes and Noble?
No, it was Indigo. Barnes and Noble didn't stock them.
Yeah, it was Indigo.
Yeah, Indigo, which is in Canada. Barnes and Noble has been really weird about stocking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm not going to go into that.
Totally understandable. Politics unnecessary. But
I don't need to go on that soapbox, but
that's cool that you guys were able to get it into that bookstore and that somebody was able to come across it, especially in Canada, right?
I know. We always submit our titles to Canada, but they're normally very, we're a small publisher, so they're very much like, if you have a Canadian author, we're like, we go all in, which they did for Kay Adams and Jesse Elliott, who are the two people who found Holly's book in Indigo in Canada.
That's awesome. Do you guys, sounds like you probably have a pretty good partnership or a good relationship with those? With them?
I mean, I actually haven't spoken to an Indigo rep.
Oh, you have
all. Simon & Schuster handles it all, but I would love to like find out who does it so I could just thank them. But
I know, right?
I'm like, can I please like get the contact info, not to complain, but to thank them? But I've always been in that situation where, if I don't have a good experience at a restaurant, unless it's abysmal, I normally like don't complain, and I'm just like, I'm not going back there. But when I ask for the manager, they're always like so panicked, but they were like, sure. I had a wonderful experience. I wanted to thank you. So, yeah.
That's so sad that managers always assume that it's somebody who has a complaint. Although, granted, I was a manager in customer service for years, and most people actually did have a complaint.
Of course. Well, I'm glad we're on their good side, whether we did something or not.
Yeah.
I'll keep saying hi to everyone in the comments, but we will post our kitty race timer. It's very fitting for Hermes. So you can vote for which cat you think is going to win the first sprint from 1 to 7, or the color. And it's okay if you vote for one that someone else votes for, because that will happen. But because of Zuko and Hermes, I'm going with 2 then. So
yeah,
I guess
I'm going number 2. It might be November, but I'm still like feeling.
All right, guys, this is
decent.
going to be a streamer versus the community, because we're all going number 2 on camera here.
Ooh,
I think all 3 of us are going number 2.
Yes, yes, all 3 of us are going number 2, at least for this first sprint. So
I was like, I feel like I have to.
Laura broke the curse. Woohoo!
Yes. And Laura's literally so close to being done on her story too. Laura's really, really close. I know she's been making some great progress.
No, thank you.
I know. I want to find your book in the wild. I wish I lived next to a bookstore.
Yes. Well, hopefully the Barnes and Noble by me will stock books, and then I will come back and see it in the wild.
I mean, they're certainly trying, but we already sold out their stock for your event. So
I know. We'll see what happens. So all right, you guys, we are going to start this sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. All right, Zuko won, and / Hermes.
Oh, look, Hermes won.
Yay! That like never happens.
I think it's because of the streamer author power over here between the three of us.
Woohoo!
We knew you could do it.
Yes, you did it. As it goes right here, right now, to be like, yeah, I knew I was gonna win.
He had to make his appearance.
Yes. So let us know how you guys did. I started making dinner. I'm baking some sweet potatoes, and usually I'm lazy and just microwave them, but I'm like, no, I kind of want to bake these this time. But I'm like, well, that takes 40 minutes. So yeah. So anyways, I started that, and then I made an Instagram post, and then I realized I needed to share about the live stream that I'm doing with some other authors tomorrow. So I was starting to cross promote on that. But yeah, so my first sprint was food and social media related.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure my first sprint was social media related as well. I was like, I need to get into writing on the second sprint.
Yeah, and beta reading for me on the second sprint.
Oh, you're beta reading right now?
Yeah, I'm halfway through my critique partner's manuscript. So made a lot of progress over the weekend, but like, last week I kind of stalled just because of the release and everything. So I was like, I really wanted to get it to her before, halfway through November. So I've got to pick up the pace a little bit. But I'm really enjoying the story. So it's been fun.
I mean, the weekend before your release, you did a stream with me, and we spent the whole time both doing social media for your release. So
that is true. So true.
I read 6 chapters, so my goal is 4 more, but I'll probably blow past that in the next sprint. But
nice. Are you doing like a beta read for somebody else, or are you just reading for pleasure?
No, I don't have time for that. And this is for an edit. But what I do first is I read through as if I'm a reader, make notes on like little things like a beta reader would. But mostly I'm just thinking about the general impression, so I can write that in the edit letter, and then the more specific notes happen as I'm reading through and like adding line by line comments and
that totally makes sense.
And things like that. Yeah.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
I like that. I think that's a good strategy, because I think essentially it's like alpha / beta read, so to speak, before hopping into a developmental or line edit or whatever you would call it.
I don't do it for every book. There are certain authors who don't want an edit letter. So then I'm like, okay, great. We're just jumping right in. And, but other ones who do want it, I'm like, okay, well, I should have the big picture. And
I mean, I think the author's skill is definitely a factor, right? Because like some authors like know that their story is going to be strong enough where it's not, they're not going to need those fixes, where others probably have more opportunities from the structural perspective of it.
Actually, interestingly enough, it doesn't align that way. It's literally just personal preference of the authors.
Really?
Like one of the authors who asked for the letter is like has written multiple books.
Interesting.
That have been liked. So it's they just want that, and I'm like, okay, fine. Like, fine by me.
Yeah, it's nice that you are like, flexible with that. Like, oh, this person wants this, and me, I'm like, just give me the inline comments. It's fine.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I forgot to see if anyone else won. Did anyone else pick 2? Oh, Hollyanna. Yay. I hope I'm saying your name right. Also, if you're another Holly, that's awesome. I don't meet too many like Holly or Holly iterations. But Susan wrote 350 words. That's amazing. Woohoo. ML wrote 300 words. Yay.
Yeah, make some good progress over here.
getting some planning done. That sounds wonderful. Janine also needs to beta read some more.
Or like reminding Janine it's time for a beta read.
Yeah. Planning, giving my characters powers and stuff. Okay, cool. I thought the planning was like using a planner versus like outlining or whatever. So that's cool. That's always the fun part, is the powers and stuff.
Yeah, I think I feel like people or writers all the time love creating characters. They love like creating characters and like giving them things to do and obstacles and all the fun stuff. Character development is a blast.
I'm very like character driven like writer, and that's what I like to read too. So yeah. So I think I lean towards that like when I'm first like writing. So
has anyone asked you who your favorite character is that you've written so far?
Oh, I don't think anyone asked that during the virtual release party.
No one did. I was really expecting that because most people have asked that. Maybe people didn't ask because you had talked about like how you kind of put a lot of yourself into Cadence, but it was, and we did talk about like some other characters or scenes that we really liked, but no one straight up asked that question.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, Holly, which character was your favorite to write?
Yeah, I guess I would have to say Cadence, just because there was so much of myself in her. And I just really liked being able to flesh out her journey. But then her sister is like sister of second for me, just because I love her.
That's awesome.
And their dynamics together and their sister bond. So yeah, that'll be good because I'm like, people are going to be able to ask me questions during the in-person event. So I'm like, I'm going to need to make sure I have answers.
Have all these. That's right. Did you have the in-person event yet, or is that coming up?
No, that's on Saturday. Yes.
Oh, this Saturday. Ooh, that's exciting. Yeah. Have you done an in-person event before, or is this the first?
No, this is the first. I've gone to many. Like I was just at one this past weekend for my friends. So I'm just like, I'm so used to these, but like not being on the other side of things. So I'm like going to be interested to see how it feels.
So have you been thinking of like the whole, like the table setup and like how everything's going to look?
Yeah. Well, I'm like trying to think about that because I'm like, I don't know how big my table's going to be. My friend's going to bring like the book stand so I can like hold it up, and I've got a sign and, but like, yeah, I saw her like her little book column like and kind of made it like a spiral in a way, instead of just straight up and down. Yeah, so I was like, ooh, I kind of want to do that. And then halfway through, because it was like a dual author book signing, and both of them had things under the dust jacket. So they had like one, facing like this, and then they had one without the dust jacket. So I want to do that so that people know that there's the cool emblem underneath. So yeah, so cool. I was like thinking things, but I feel like I'm not really gonna know until like I get there and see, what they'll have for me too. So
yeah, I was like, I think I've only talked with a lot of writers in my community who've done like book launches at like or who've done like book stands at like conventions or book stands at like writing where there's a bunch of different writers. It must be a different experience at a bookstore because technically people are there for books, but you're technically the only event, so to speak. So you really just have to capture somebody's attention who's walking by.
Yeah, like it was like interesting and also like scary because there were some people that walked up to to their table and it was like, oh, what's this about? Or like, ooh, I saw the title, like that interested me. And so, and then they're like, and then I'm like, like, I feel like I would like, oh, yeah, my book, buy it. Thank you.
There's diamonds in it. It's a good book.
No, I feel like having to like every Monday, like give a short like blurb, about my book and posting on social media. So I actually feel, and I've had a year to like, promote my books. So I feel pretty confident.
The blurb down.
To be like, I've got the blurb, like comps, tropes, like that helps draw people into, get a quick snapshot of what it's about. So yeah, so I feel like I could do this. But I will let you guys know. Definitely in a post, probably on Monday I would post it. But
that'll be pretty. Are you going to film any of it?
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I might
should.
Unfortunately have like tell my husband like, hey, sorry, can you?
No, that's what you should do. You should have him film it and then like time lapse the whole thing after.
Oh,
That'd probably
that
be a
would
cool
be
thing.
so
And then like
cool.
a day in the life of a book launch.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. I'm gonna have to practice my elevator pitch. Yeah, I've got it. Haley got a lot of words. Everyone was in the 300 range, which was really cool. I can send you some sample questions. Oh yeah, that's fun. Yeah, thank you.
Like, what are the most difficult questions that you might get asked?
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like.
How many words was your manuscript?
How many words?
Like 81,000.
Exactly.
That was before all the edits.
I know. I was gonna say. I was like, after the edits, it's harder because it's in the InDesign file, and I'd have to copy and paste and then delete all the headers.
All right. Well, there are 10 cats now for the second sprint.
Number 9, purple.
Let me make it full screen so you can see it better. Uh-oh, why are they bobbing all slowly now? You guys can do it. You got it.
They're a little worn out from the first race.
They are. Yeah, they worked hard. They really had to like.
They really tried to beat Zuko Hermes.
Yeah, Zuko Hermes.
Zermes.
Zermes. Yes. I'm gonna just try something different and go with number 4. A little sunshine.
I'll mix it up as well. I'll go with Bluey again since Hermes is 1. We'll go with 6.
Nice. Awesome. Get in your votes, everyone, and we are gonna start the second sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. Slow toss. Here we go. All right, that was the end of the second sprint, and number one won. And looks like Regina got
Regina
the win.
Nice. Okay. Bluey wanted to. Blue is trying to give you guys a shot. I could tell.
Yeah, he was second. So
look at that smile on his face.
More than all the others. Awesome. That was good. That's because we didn't pick all of them, so we've been on a roll today. I am happy about that.
Oh, I know.
Oh, let's see. We had some new people come in. Jim, hello.
Yes. Hey, what's up, Jim? Welcome.
Jabria, hello. Oh, my Jordy. Oh my goodness, your name is great. I'm a dragon enthusiast too.
Roar, growl. Yes. Jordy, you're my favorite. I'm like, wish I had a dragon at hand over here.
It's great.
You know, I have a very funny dragon story. If you want to hear it.
Yes. Does it involve roar, growl?
So, while back, this was many years ago, I was doing I did one of those art by those art and alcohol like events, right? Where you go like, you can like buy wine and then like paint and do this like ceramic painting thing. Well, at the shop, they had like hundreds of different designs, right? Hundreds of different designs. And it was a $20 cover charge to get into it. So we did it and they're like, all right, you pay afterwards. Cool. And they have literally like hundreds of ceramic pieces throughout the store. You just pick one and then you spend the next couple hours painting. So I picked one and I was like, of course I picked the dragon. I'm like, coolest thing ever. I picked the dragon and we come out with this dragon that I painted over it, which I absolutely loved, right?
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, I don't really think I'm that great with painting, but I was like, all right, well, I got something that looked kind of cool. So I take it to the counter at the end. We're all like checking out and they're like, all right, so that's going to be $300. And we're like, wait, what? wait, what? And they're like, yeah, you have to pay for the price of it. And the price of it was on a sticker that was inside underneath. And I'm like, wait, what? I was so upset at the time, but then I was like, all right, well, this is the most expensive dragon I've ever got in my entire life.
Oh my gosh, that is quite a story. Like, how did they not like tell you guys beforehand or be like?
I was like, man, this feels like a scam. And of course, like my friends got like the easy like the easy designs, and it was like super cheap. I'm like, of course, I have to pay for my dragons. But Jordy, I appreciate you. Absolutely, always love dragons.
Oh my gosh. Well, now I'm gonna like, if I go to any like sip and paint or whatever, I'm gonna be like, how much is this canvas? Like, good to know.
What's up, Ralph?
And Kaufmeister.
I like it. Time to change the name again. Yeah. I was like, I always forget if you can change it midstream.
Oh yeah, you should be able to.
I think you can.
Yeah, you can.
400 for ML that time. Nice. So my sweet potatoes were done, so I put together my meal and I was eating that, and I didn't finish a chapter of beta reading, but I'm almost there, almost finished it. So these are long chapters, so I will give myself that. But I am, let me see, 4 pages away from being exactly halfway. I thought I was like almost halfway, and now four more pages and I'll be exactly halfway through the book. So or manuscript.
Wait, so 400 and you're almost halfway?
I'm page 150 of 308. So nice. I've got like 4 more pages to get there. How did you guys do?
I'm like 36% of the way through this book if we go by chapter count, but I forgot that Apple Books tells you the page you're on and how many pages there are. So by that count, I am 37%.
Making some progress.
That's like word count with like Google Docs versus Word for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Some that don't. So I'm like, well, really, I probably have like 14 more words.
Yeah.
Tom has a bit of a Jamiroquai vibe.
I don't
know what a
I need to
Jamiroquai. I have to
is.
Google that now. What's Jamiroquai?
Oh, it's a band.
Damn, how fast did you Google that?
I didn't even finish writing it in. It just like guessed it for me.
I totally want that hat. Those fuzzy hats are so comfy.
That's amazing.
I want one of those fuzzy hats now. I absolutely love that. Thank you. I'm glad. I'll pull off the Kaufmeister. We'll pull it off anytime.
How did the Kaufmeister do?
He only wrote a few words. I was okay. So I had to catch up on some of the social stuff first, but I'm so proud to announce that we finally republished the revised version of the anthology. So I'm like super excited about that. Yay. We gave all the writers with the stories opportunities to revise it.
Oh, awesome!
To make additional revisions. So it was very, very cool.
Nice.
It's like such a learning experience for like the first book that I've officially ever published before on Amazon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Woo-hoo. Yeah, I need to get it because I didn't read, or I wasn't there for all of the short stories.
Mm-hmm.
So
all the short stories came out really, really great.
Yeah.
We also had some really, really great readers, by the way.
Yeah, I think there was one that had blue hair at the time.
There's one that, I mean, clearly you did well since the story won.
Yes, I know. I was like, yes. I feel like I played it. No, I'm just kidding.
You're like, it was all you, not the story at all.
I was biased and, voted for that one, but also because I did like that one out of the ones that I, in that round. So.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, for October, my community did a flash fiction contest. And it was like very popular. The community loved it. It was all spooky stories. And then during the live event, we did like live readings by a bunch of guest authors, and Holly did an incredible reading. So it was definitely it was a really fun event, and we came out with an anthology out of it, which I wasn't even expecting. So like, all right, we'll publish it, try to get it out there as an ebook, and yeah, just a lot of love for the project and a lot of requests to do another flash fiction contest in the future.
Yeah, it was really epic, and like you guys, Kauffman does so many like activities and like writing this story, doing the flash fiction. So like you've always got such fun stuff for the community, which is exciting. And yeah,
which that's the goal, because like I've loved writing my entire life, and I think doing this, I've tried to ask myself, how do I create a daily writing experience? Because like I know writing's a struggle for a lot of writers out there, especially a lot of beginner writers. So how do I create an experience where I can provide like daily writing motivation?
Yeah,
by doing like different things.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing it.
Thank you. Yeah.
There was something else I was gonna say too, but it'll come to me as we go through these, I'm sure.
2 hours. You're like, oh yeah, that thing.
But Ralph's almost finished with the third draft of a sci-fi novella.
Ooh, that's exciting. Broken Stars. That's really, really cool.
Nice. Woo-hoo.
Sounds like a lot of you, the writers here in the community, are getting some great progress on their stories.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of great progress.
I am here for it. Haley got about 600 words that time.
Nice. I mean, today's technically day 11 of a nano.
Yes.
So people are about 11 days in of that 50,000.
So some friends, that are they're writing a crap ton, and I'm like, yes, you go, get it done. Finish giving my characters powers, working on flower, plant, and bird symbolism. Ooh, I like it. Oh, and then is this one of the virtual
insanity?
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to pull up.
Yeah, same here.
I have to put it on my phone.
It's funny, in our Discord, we added there's like a playlist channel, and every writer, I think, in the community has posted their own playlist on it. So there's like so many different like styles of playlists to check out on there.
I love that.
I feel like I'm getting like another introduction to musical taste just from other writers.
Cool. I should check that out. Oh, okay, here's Virtual Insanity. Okay,
Virtual Insanity.
I'm gonna check that out.
Good. It's a good title.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry, I'm being extra quiet. I'm just like still working
You're like in the zone over here.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm letting Zara be in the zone.
I have a really early morning tomorrow. I have to wake up at 6 a.m. and I'm not excited.
No.
So I'm gonna be going to sleep soon.
Yeah, you can only be here for another 15 minutes, right?
Yeah. So, I'll say purples, but you can let me know if I won, or I can just watch the end of the stream on replay tomorrow. Yeah.
I like how it breaks down the writing process. Oh. Never participated. Oh my gosh. Really? Never? My friend, one of my friends that I visited this weekend, this is her 20th nano. And I was like, girl, like that is insane.
I don't know how many I've done. Because I
invite's not valid anymore.
I hadn't won off my profile. And then I don't know if you count the ones that like were in this, not November months. Mm-hmm. And now I'm just not really having anything to do with them. Since they had a really big scandal last year, which I had already cut ties with them by then. And then it seems like a lot of people cut ties with them this year because of another scandal. And I'm like, well,
I know people are like, I know a lot of people, they're like just kind of doing it unofficially,
Yeah.
Just saying, just working on their novel in November.
So. Yeah. I think this is the first stream in a while that I've heard people say the term though.
Yeah.
And referring to like, I'm doing NaNoWriMo, either like the organization or 50K in a month. Cause I've been hearing people say like, oh no, I'm doing 50K in the month of November, like to explicitly state basically that they're not doing NaNoWriMo.
Yeah.
But they're keeping the goal because it's good for accountability. So
yeah, I mean, because like at the heart of it, it's what is the reason behind NaNoWriMo? It's to motivate people to write for a month. And I think that's the important thing to keep in mind. I recognize why a lot of people are upset about the controversies. Very understandable. NaNoWriMo shot themselves in the foot.
That one is like, okay, if people still want to use the website, then like that's their choice. Mm-hmm. The one that happened 2 years ago is like a complete moral failing that I cannot support the organization at all, where they did not
I understand
minors from predators, and they still allowed they buried accusations and a bunch of things. Like they didn't protect people that they were supposed to.
I agree. Usually when something like that happens to such like an extreme extent, usually there's the organization has to turn over. Crazy stuff, or else they lose everything.
Mm-hmm. I just don't think enough people knew about it. Because they did a very good job.
They didn't have any good systems in place. There were and it was handled very, very poorly. I remember when that happened, and it's heartbreaking.
It had been happening for years.
And that's what made it even worse.
Yeah. So they never came out with a statement, and they kept the person in there even after all the allegations were made public, thanks to screenshots and things like that. So that's why I'm like, I can't have anything to do with that organization. And not just because I run a publishing company now, but then like for optics, it's like I'm so repelled.
Yeah, because then it feels like you're like supporting.
Yeah,
some people think you're supporting that.
Which is such a bummer, because I met Grant Faulkner like years ago at Book Expo America, which for people who don't know, that was before they split it up into BookCon for readers, and then Book Expo America stayed for publishing professionals, and then BookCon got canceled, and then Book Expo America also got canceled, and I don't know what has come up to replace it at this point. But like I think it was an awesome thing, but finding out that they mismanaged That's
I think
what
it means is there just needs to because NaNoWriMo is really considered the the writing event of the year. Like, and they did a good job of positioning themselves over the past decade. What's going to happen is they're either going to figure out how to rebrand themselves over the next couple years, or something else will take its place. Like, that's really what'll happen, because there's a need. There's a need and a desire for let's write and let's motivate each other for a month.
Yeah.
I don't know that there is going to be a central thing that fills it, though, because we still have like AuthorTube and people streaming, and we're all building our smaller communities, and then they're overlapping, and a lot of us came from the same place as well. And it's and then you have, websites like ButterDocs and Dabble. They're running writing sprints on their like official channels now, and I'm like, ooh, someone finally realized that AuthorTube is a thing, and like trying to get in on it. But the fact that they say in their descriptions that it's for NaNoWriMo, I'm like, I can't even attend one of your streams in good conscience.
Well, I'm wondering if Nano was successful in its early, and just what it's done for the writing community in the early days. Because, I mean, how long has Nano been around now?
25. Well, this is the 25th year.
So you think they really took precedence in the early age of Web 2.0? So I wonder if that's what attributed to a lot of their success, because they were the first.
Yeah.
I'm wondering. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's tiring, along with other things that have happened in recent weeks. So,
yeah.
Anyways, sorry, don't want to end on a bad.
I'm sorry, that was my bad.
No, that's totally not it. I think what that means is there just has to be something better. I think there's something better out there. I totally believe, because I believe in the value that it instills of daily writing motivation. I'll create it. I promise you guys. One day.
That's what I'm wanting, is like just a good alternative, because right now there's just so many that it still feels like there's just this divide, and that
it's convoluted because there's nothing that really stands out.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people that created their own, and so that's hard, because I saw people posting stuff like Novel November on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, what's that? I was following Finish Your Book Fall, so I'm just like, what is this?
I know,
so
it's overwhelming. The only one that I've personally paid attention to and then absolutely fell off of, because Inimitable books deadlines and stuff changed, was Kate's 100K, quarter 4, because it was more manageable. And potentially would have been manageable, because I actually was staying on par with it and a little bit ahead at the start of October. Like I kept it for a full 9 days, which, is for me with writing is actually normally very hard. So I might try that, like a quarterly 100K in a quarter, and just keep trying it until I succeed. But that's not, not everyone on the internet knows who Kate Kavanaugh is. And it's, and she herself is like, oh, and then this other writer is doing this challenge and this one. I'm just like, it's too many. It's too many. Like, I can't hold them all in my head in addition to everything else I have to do.
Yeah. Well, on that note, let's get some productivity in for the final sprint.
On that note, we're going to get some writing in.
Yes.
Pretend you still have a 50K goal at the end of the month, regardless, and write like your life depends on it.
Yes, yes, exactly. I'm going to say blue, because there's 2, so I'll go with the bluey. So I get 2 chances to win.
Yeah, just like my 2 purple.
I was like, oh my goodness, I don't even know. I guess I'll go 11. I'll try.
11 on 11/11.
Yes, that's right. Make
a wish. Yep, 11/11. Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
I'm just going to quickly say goodbye to everyone, because I will be leaving in the middle of the sprint so that I actually make it to my appointment on time tomorrow. But love being here as always. Sorry I depressed everyone with that conversation.
No, you're fine.
No, I think it's just opportunity for something better in the future. I think something will stand out eventually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good luck with your with all your stuff, Zara.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, and then we are going to start this sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. All right. That was the end of the final sprint. And number 21.
Woo! So far off. Who got 20? Oh, Jordy. Looks like Jordy got it.
Jordy?
Nice.
Oh, wow. Nice. Oh, wait. Where did you... I don't see where you said 20. Oh, that's why. I was like, wait, hold on. I'm missing something. I forgot. I know. I already forgot. So we go to the next 28, 26. I think 11 won.
Yeah, it looks like Jabria. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, you and Jabria, right?
Nice.
Yay! A snowball for the win. And Jordy-ish. You won-ish.
Nice.
Yeah, how'd you guys do for the final sprint? I read like 2 to 2.5 chapters. So a lot more progress. And
yeah, I got about 300 words that time.
Nice.
And then I also got work done in addition to that. So I felt like it's been a transition. I mean, I've been accomplished all streams regardless. But
right.
The word count's always hard for me to compete with anybody because I'm technically editing a draft right now. So like it's like when you're editing, half the stuff I'm writing it's like a half of it. Sometimes it's a rewrite because the early part of the story has needed some revision, and then half of it is editing. So I'm like, all right, so I guess I kind of got a word count, but hard to say.
Yeah, that's tough. I like cheated when I like said that I got my like 10K day because I was like revising. So like half the words were already there and like the other half I was just rewriting. So I was like
1,000 words revision process. Does that count?
Yeah.
What was your second draft like, Holly? When after with Diamond Bride and Broken, so you finished the first draft. How was the second draft?
Yeah, I feel like the second draft still had some like holes where I needed to add more description in places, beef up things for people's arcs, and not make things so easy on some of the characters. So it was kind of, just all that fun developmental stuff. But thankfully, like there weren't any like huge plot holes or anything that I needed to work around. It was just, kind of just beefing up everything that I had.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of what I'm doing with Scarecrow. Like I'm very happy with the core plot, but it's interesting now that I'm going back through it because I'm at the point in the book where I think I was writing it in February live streams or maybe getting close to February. And just the characters in the world has evolved so much from where I'm at now to where it was back earlier in the year. So it's just it's crazy for me to just be like, wow. So it's like the early part's more revision, but I know like by the time I get to the halfway point in the back end, the story is much stronger.
Yeah, that's cool to be like, oh wow, I've actually grown a lot just by writing, right?
I'm sure I could probably hop back to the exact live stream where I was writing the part that I'm actually
that is so cool.
Track the whole thing, yeah.
That's so cool. You've just got your like whole, biographical movie in there. So I love it.
Oh man. Well, it sounds like a lot of writers have it sounds like a lot of you made progress.
Yeah.
Seeing like a lot of really good progress.
Probably closer to 500, but I kept starting and restarting. Yeah. 95 words. Woohoo! For the introduction to your Discord.
Woo! Welcome. Welcome to the Discord. The Right Now Discord's actually been really active. I had never used Discord before, before starting it, but there's mini conversations usually going on daily. So I think it's pretty awesome.
I've got so many like notifications on my Discord, like from your community. I'm like, whoa.
30 notifications, all at everyone from me. No, I don't do that many.
No, you don't know. It's good. It's cool to see so many people like, having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 450 words for Haley. Woo.
Nice.
And 400 for ML.
ML, nice, making some progress. I know you're really trying to push yourself.
And Holly-Anna finished planning. Woohoo!
Ooh, planning is always fun.
Oh, I'm trying to find where I had that link. Oh, wait. Does this... Yeah, this link,
Does that work?
Jabria, this link works if you scroll up.
I mean, I can repost it. I think I jumped out. I think I had to hop over to your stream to post it. Let me go pull.
Oh, wait. Oh, I still have the link here. Here we go.
Does that one still? Okay, you still. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because I posted the Discord link a bunch the first couple weeks, but I didn't realize that they expired. I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh. So then, and sometimes even when I post the non-expired link, it still sometimes expires.
That's so weird. I think there's a way to make it so that it never expires.
Which I've done that, and it's still expired.
What the heck? Why?
So now it's like a 50-50 shot. So I'm like, all right, well, hopefully it stays.
No, this is Kauffman's Discord. Yeah.
Yeah. This is my Discord with I'm Jibri. I'm over with my YouTube channel is Write Now, and we're with the Write Now community. I'm a daily writing live streamer. Mm-hmm. So we have a bunch of writers, but Holly's been over on my channel a bunch, and I end up over here. Holly's an awesome writer, and I'm very grateful to be here, Holly.
Aw, I'm always grateful to have you here. Mm-hmm. So always so fun. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to miss this comment that Jordy said. Struggling a lot with the white empty page and my high expectations for myself. The cool thing is that you can write anything for your first draft and no one's going to see it. You can edit it. You can edit it later. I've got brackets of things like, describe this later. Sorry, future Holly. Like I have some of those in my my thing. When I was writing with my friends over the weekend, someone was like, yeah, my first paragraph of my novel has X school with X in X city. And she's like, because I just didn't think of any of these things, but I'll figure it out later. And so that's the cool thing.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, Holly. Definitely really great advice. I think I always tell writers, especially writers who are working on an early draft, that the rough draft, the only goal of your rough draft should be to have fun. Mm-hmm. Try new things. It's crazy to me when writers say that they get stuck on a rough draft, because I'm like, well, you could literally do anything.
Yeah.
If you're writing a story, I'm a fantasy writer. So I'm like, if you're writing a story with a character, and let's say maybe it's a romance, because we know romance is the most popular genre right now. Say a character with a romance relationship, you don't know where to take them next. Pull yourself back. Think of the last TV show, last movie, last book you read, something that you really liked, that you think would be super fun to write. Try something like that. Try different things. And maybe it doesn't work, maybe it does, but you don't know until you start writing it, and that could lead to something else that's awesome.
I love that. Wow, that's really good advice.
It's like I understand more when writers start getting stuck in second, third drafts, because editing is an obstacle for a lot of people. But rough drafts, just have fun.
Yeah,
they're throw a dragon in there. I don't know what you're saying about. Yeah, this is my real advice. If you ever get stuck in your story, put a dragon on it.
Yes.
That's my advice. If you ever get stuck, a dragon will always fix your story.
Kaufmeister, that's why it's the dragon enthusiast. I see.
Exactly. And if it's not a fantasy story, then it's a metaphorical dragon.
Ooh.
Damn. Mic dropped.
Yes. I'm quoting it. I love that. I need to take that advice. Yes. When in doubt, add a dragon.
When in doubt, add a dragon. It's funny. I always think of that joke. There was an old sketch comedy series called Portlandia, and one of their jokes was they put birds on everything. So it was a running joke where they would put bird stickers on everything. So I'm like, all right, put a dragon on it.
I love it. I'll be keeping this in mind.
Jabria, it'll definitely help. I promise you.
That
And remember, it doesn't have to be a traditional dragon. There's so many different types of dragon styles out there.
Yeah, add a dragon, like, yeah, someone's reading a book, or like they go to the romance, they go to the movie theater and watch a movie about dragons, or yeah, you can add it anywhere. Like, that's so cool.
Yep, it's that advice only costs $300. I'm like, yep, you have to pay for this live stream now.
Yes, please. No, I'm just kidding.
$300 worth of inspiration.
It is, it's priceless, but
exactly.
Oh,
I could totally see that being like a sketch, like a sketch of some type, like some influencer author trying to like sell a service for this like really high price like advice, but then the advice is literally just like the most ridiculous thing. It's like a single thing of just like put a dragon on it, and then suddenly like writers walk away like their life's changed, and but really it's like.
Unfortunately, there's probably some like schemes out there that are like that are
there probably are. It's unfortunate.
Yeah,
that's why if you're going to, and I think this is what I appreciate with people, right? Whenever people spend money on something or on a creator or things that people do, that shows a level of trust. But I put myself in my own position. If I'm going to spend money on a coach, advice, a service, whatever, then I need to do research, right? And that research a lot of times will involve what is their social presence, what is their background, and trying to piece all the things together of does that tell me a full story of who that person is, and will I get the value for the thing that I'm paying for?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people need to take that advice, and even like me, I've almost like gotten into things that I'm like, I would have wasted so much money,
Well, it's because we have a problem, right? We pay for something because there's a problem that we need to solve. And a lot of times the solution to problems are packaged very easily on social media. But I'm also not an online shopper. And I know online shopping is very, very popular. Very prevalent. It's only going to double and triple over the next couple of years through social media shopping. I think they said statistically that, and this was interesting for last year, I think they said like 50 or 60% of younger generations in 2023 and 2022 purchased Christmas gifts through social media shopping.
Wow.
And it makes sense because that's the direction where the industry, where online shopping is heading. Online shopping has been the trend and the thing over in China and a lot of those markets, but it's definitely growing popularity here.
Wow. I believe it. I believe that. I mean, and I can even see like how I've switched from, going to stores to buying, most things online now, even if it might be a little less convenient, like, oh, I hope that this fits, or so that is very interesting. But the social media part of it too, like the stores that are popping up,
if Brandon Sanderson said that, I would be changed. Yeah, Brandon Sanderson could say pretty much anything he wanted by this point in his career, and it would be gold.
Yeah.
But yeah, of all the authors out there, Brandon Sanderson has done excellent job on marketing and branding and positioning himself over the past decade. If you go online and watching his lectures on storytelling and crafting a story, it's priceless. And that stuff is free. Like those lectures are free.
Yeah, I started it. I haven't finished, and it's like on my to-do list to like go back and watch the rest of them.
It's because the knowledge is valuable, but he can back that up with, I mean, I don't know how many novels he has now, but he has quite a number.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's up. Yep. that's amazing that they're free. Like, that is just the coolest thing. Oh, Zuko, hi. Okay, yeah, I know. We need our snuggle time on the couch. Mm-hmm.
As
He's
of
like, hey.
2023, Sanderson has published 71 books.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that's why, right? Because
I was gonna guess
has
like 50 something. Yeah,
He has
yeah.
consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency is the name of the game, my friends. If there's any one thing to learn, consistency.
Yes. And you're doing it. No, I'm just
I love Zuko. Zuko's ready for bedtime.
He is. He's ready for snuggles. Yeah. Same.
He's worn out after
Same,
all
me
that cat racing.
Yeah, you had quite an adventure, buddy. Well, on that note, thank you guys so much for joining us for another Monday Motivation live stream. Thanks to Zara that was here earlier. Thank you, Kauffman, again, Kaufmeister, the Coffinator, for being here. I forget what your other nicknames are.
I'm just adding it to the list.
Please tell me he has a girlfriend named Katara. Oh no, I only have another boy cat named Oliver. So, but maybe I will need to get another cat.
So now you have to get another cat just to name Katara.
Katara, yes. Oh my gosh, that's actually such a good idea.
Well, Holly, if you ever become a crazy cat lady with a bunch of cats, then you could have the one with Aang, and you can just start adding.
There you go. Yes, yes. Well, and my sister and her boyfriend, they want to get like a Saint Bernard or something and name him Appa. Like, and I'm like, yes.
Oh, that would be so sweet. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah. So, Zara and I will be here next week. So please join us for that. I hope it sounds like you guys got a lot done. I hope, this gave you the motivation to have a good rest of the week. And we'll see you guys next time. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.